Welcome to episode 334, Sean Parker, from hacker to president of Facebook to billionaire. This is an outline of episode 334. There are 3 reasons why we study Sean Parker. First, he's the only self-made billionaire in the United States who consciously passed over college to become an entrepreneur. Second, in 2003, at the age of 24, he was president of Facebook. Third, he's the father of viral on internet. At age 20, his company Napstar once had 70 million active users. Let us meet the 20-year-old Sean Parker.
We met over the internet, and we knew each other for like 3 or 4 years or something before we ever met in person. We met the first time as a result of Napster. Sean flew down from Boston to Virginia to meet with some investors that I'd set up a meeting with.
The doorbell rang. I was nervous for a brief second.
Sean Parker was born in 1979 in Herndon, Virginia. Here's a map of Herndon, Virginia. At age 7, Bruce Parker taught his son how to program on an Atari. He taught his son the idea, if you're going to take risks, take them early before you have a family. He was an elite hacker in high school. At age 19, he co-founded Napstar.
Fellow teenage programmer Sean Parker to release a beta version. As it started to spread through chat rooms, they traveled to the Bay Area to grow the business.
Initially, a free music service run by Napster was ordered to stop the music.
In July of 2001, after more than a year of legal battles, the internet startup, which at its peak had about 70 million registered users, shut down its entire network in response to court orders.
Not to be discouraged, in 2002 he co-founded Plaxo with 2 other Stanford engineering students. Plaxo was an internet address book. At its peak, Plaxo had 20 million users. He joined Facebook in 2003 when Facebook was 5 months old. Sean Parker was the veteran of Silicon Valley. He had co-founded 2 startups by then, and he introduced Peter Thiel, who became the first investor in Facebook. Sean Parker was the visionary who saw the enormous potential of Facebook. This is the early picture of Sean Parker with Mark Zuckerberg. More importantly, Sean Parker would later become multi-billionaire when Facebook went IPO in 2012. In 2006, he helped founded Spotify, the next generation of music sharing on the internet by 2 Swedes.
From anywhere. I mean, a great example of this is one of the companies I'm closely involved with now called Spotify, which is in Stockholm.
Spotify, is it coming to the U.S.?
It is coming, yeah.
It's coming. 'Cause this is a huge
It
deal.
is coming.
It's giant overseas, and it's just basically streaming music, where you get to just give your friends playlists and stuff like that, and it's all legally done.
Oh, it's way better than that.
Oh yeah. Well, please
It's really cool.
indulge.
It's really, really, really cool. It's the realization of the dream that Fanny and I had with Napster. We had all these product designs at Napster that we never got to implement, they never saw the light of day because we were dealing with this lawsuit, and the lawsuit was actually forced us to remove things from the product. So it was one of the only products in the world that just from the day it launched, it was really cool, and then it went backwards. So we had all these ideas about music sharing. It was never supposed to be just search and retrieval and download. It was supposed to be about massive, large-scale.
Now, his criticism of Facebook more than 1 decade after he left Facebook.
Because the unintended consequences of a network when it grows to 1 billion or 2 billion people, and it literally changes your relationship with society, with each other, with it probably interferes with productivity in weird ways. God only knows what it's doing to our children's brains. Anxiety is a huge problem now. Of course, anxiety was always a big problem in high school. Who didn't have anxiety in high school? But the surveys that have been going on for years are showing a huge rise in anxiety amongst high school kids and younger. And you have to wonder if there isn't some, if the thought process that went into building these applications, Facebook being the first of them to really understand it, that thought process was all about how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible.
The $10 million wedding and the $2.5 million fine in 2013. Sean Parker was 33.
Facebook billionaire Sean Parker budgeted Scarlett about $10 million for his wedding along the California coast. The bill, however, has gotten even larger. The California Coastal Commission and Parker have reached a settlement that requires him to pay the state $2.5 million more. That's because Parker built a movie set-like wedding site in Big Sur.
Worse.
He built a cottage, he built fake ruins, and a dance floor near redwoods and a stream filled with a threatened species of trout. What was the man thinking? The resort that gave Parker the go-ahead to build the wedding site also is negotiating a settlement with California.
What have I learned today? 3 things. First, he's the father of viral internet. At age 20, he set a world record with 70 million users from Napster. In his second startup, Plaxo, he also reached 20 million users in 2002. Second, he achieved eternal fame as the first president of Facebook. Third, he disrupted 2 industries to the core. First music, and then social media. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. My next video will be Sean Parker, 9 lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.